Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite subcategories of bourbon, double oaked bourbon. And today we're going to do a review of Jim Beam double oaked. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, welcome back to Brad's Bourbon Reviews. I'm Brad, and today we're going to do this bottle of Jim Beam Double Oaked. The reason is, A, I have never tried this before and I want to give it a fair shot, but the most important reason is I have a video that I'm planning on doing that is a double oaked blind, and this one is going to be in that blind as like the bottom shelf, most available double oaked product out there, and I wanted to give it time to shine on its own to see if it's actually any good. Before we get it into a blind. Plus, I've noticed when I do blinds, if I have something less frequently, or if I've never had it before, it stands out as interesting because I've never had it before. So I wanted to prevent that from being a potential outcome in that video. So we are going to go ahead and do a review of this here. Jim Beam has surprised me recently with some of their offerings. I know when people think of Jim Beam, myself included, they kind of think of it like the white label, lower shelf, 80 proof bottle, but they have some really good stuff like the A Overholt. Knob Creek is Jim Beam as well. They make all that stuff. And I'm excited to give this a shot because, like I said, I love double oaked. And if this is a good double oaked, it's a $30 readily available double oaked. And I'm excited to give it a shot, and I hope you guys are as well. Let's give it a nosing, and let's see how we feel about Jim Beam double oaked. Okay, it smells very weak. I don't know what the proof is on this. 86 proof. Okay. So you automatically are doing yourself a disservice when you release a double oaked at this proof point. Really anything under like 90, 95 to me is like, why bother? Because you're spending all this time and money to do a double oaking process. If you don't know what double oaking is, literally the bourbon ages in its first barrel. They take it out at some point after it's aged initially, put it into a fresh charred new oak barrel. There can be caveats to that, but this is like the basic rule. Then it ages in a second barrel for usually around 6 months, 18 months, depends on what you're kind of going for here. And the problem with doing it at this low of a proof is you kind of water down all the interesting stuff that happens when it hits that second new oak, in my opinion. So on the nose, this kind of isn't what I'm looking for a double oaked bourbon. I like super dark notes. I like sweet oak. I like charred sugar notes. I like darker stuff on a double oaked, and this one just kind of smells like a decent bourbon. There's a little cherry note in here, but like really it just kind of smells indescriptibly sweet and like kind of oaky. I will say this without a doubt, this is the most boring double oak I've ever had on the nose. There is not much going on here. There is a slight like banana bread note, and I'm a fan of that obviously because I'm a big fan of anything banana, but it's this is kind of boring. No, it's not. It's not kind of boring. This is absolutely boring. I'm trying to find something else on here, but it's just slightly sweet oak, a little bit of banana, and a little sweetness, like kind of caramelly. All right, let's give it a mouthing. Let's see how I feel. Wow, that is like a 1-to-1 carryover. This smells exactly like it tastes. That's weak. That's boring. I really went into this hoping this would be like a hidden gem double oaked. It ain't that. I'm going to give this a pretty low score. That's just really boring. This is like not even good enough to make like a double oaked cocktail with. Like, I guess I'm just spoiled with double oak. What would I give this as a score? Not very high, if I'm being honest. I would probably give it like a really just not even that good. Like it's not good. It's not interesting. There's nothing going on here. It tastes grainy. 6-1. Yeah, that's not very good. Jim Beam. That was a miss. I think if you redid this and made it like a 110 proof, maybe make it a special release if you have to. You're one of the biggest distilleries in the world. You could figure it out, but this is really not good. Before you leave, make sure you leave a comment. Let me know if you've tried Jim Beam Double Oak. Let me know if you like Jim Beam Double Oak. While you're down there, leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, cheers. A big thank you to all the Patreon supporters you see on screen right now.